Hey guys, so I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I was going to be trying to bring you some Halloween looks. Two in particular, the skull Grim Reaper kind of look. My niece is screaming upstairs. Um, and the other is going to be a mermaid, possibly. So I'm going to do the skull one first because it's actually going to be a little bit more time consuming. I've already mapped out my face off camera, and this is kind of going to be like where my black and my bone color are going to go. I have two mirrors going, one here, one here. So I'm just going to let you guys see, and you want to make these lines as clean as possible. So I would suggest having wipes on hand. I did use a eyeliner to draw these lines, but you can use a shadow and an angle brush. But let me just get close so you can see. And they're looking very geometric right now, but we are going to soften them and blend them out and things like that. In order to get my bone color, I'm going to be using two products. These are not costume makeup products. I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Cool Tan and the Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Waterproof Concealer from It Cosmetics. I'm using these two because on my complexion, something lighter might not look so right. So it's all about matching what's going to look good for your shade, what's going to complement your skin tone. So I've got these two on the back of my hand. I'm going to be using smaller brushes so that I can work in more precise, cleaner sections. And I'm just going to mix this on the back of my hand to get my bone color that I think will complement my skin tone. And like I said, there will be shading that happens after. So this is what I got right here. So I'm just going to take what is on my finger, put it onto my smaller concealer brush, and I am going to get started. The rest of this will be a voiceover. There will be some parts where I'll come in and actually talk though. But I'm going to resume my TV watching and music playing while we do this here. So I'm going to start with filling in the color in the top of my forehead. Now this is going to be the crown of the skull, if you will, and I'm really literally just trying to fill within the lines. Now, hindsight being 2020, of course, I would actually do this step first and then draw my lines on top. Because what you'll notice as the video goes on is that it goes from this kind of bonish looking color to more of a ghostly gray. Now that's completely fine. It did look okay, so I wasn't too disappointed, but I would definitely do that, doing my entire face in the bone color first and then going back and doing the black. Now I would also use costume makeup or face paint, just because foundation is a little bit unpredictable, a little tricky. Even with the proper base, it still ended up warming up more than I wanted to, and I didn't have as much control over it as I would have liked. But right now I am literally just filling in every inch of my face that is not carved out to be black. Now if you take a look, you'll see that I'm trying to stay within the lines as much as possible, but pretty much all the lines are going to get blurred out or filled in. And in all total, this actually took me 2 hours to do my entire face just from all the shading and detailing. Now the black that I'm using is Black Track from M.A.C. It is the eyeliner. It is a waterproof. It is very intense and black. And you'll see at a certain point that I have to reapply and close my eye and actually let it dry. This is an OCC pencil and tar that I'm using just to kind of clean up the line. And just doing the same thing on the other eye. This look is actually inspired by a YouTube page that I just found. I'm gonna put the link in the bottom below. She obviously does a much better job. My version of this is kind of for the beginner. I really am interested in getting into the whole FX makeup and, you know, special looks and things like that. So I am teaching myself as much as possible how to make that happen. And I'm actually in the process of watching Quantico
while I'm doing this, and you see I'm like totally engrossed in the TV. Can't even help it. My nose is and my face is itching at that point. So this is the point I was telling you guys about, where I'm applying it and then kind of keeping my eyes closed and just giving it the time to set in place. Now, if you guys want to make it more intense, and I'm going to say this at the end of the video, but if you want to make it more intense, use a black shadow on top of it. I would suggest Blackout from Urban Decay. It is like super, super matte black. And I'm just doing my nose area here. Now, most skulls you'll see, they'll have the whole point and then, you know, the fill in the middle, but usually they black out the entire nose. One of the notes that I got from the video that I watched to do this was to leave a small slit where your actual the actual bridge of your nose is, the little bone that sits in between the piece of cartilage, just to kind of give it a more realistic effect. And now I'm just taking a little bit of my white Fantasy Maker paint, the Wet n Wild Fantasy Maker. They have the palettes, they bring them out every Halloween. And then I'm using my OCC pencil in Feathered right on top of it. I'm just defining and cleaning that up using my angle brush with the black track and my angle brush with the white face paint. Now, to kind of start to create a dimension and build to the eye area, I've mixed a little bit of the It Cosmetics with some of the black and a little of the white, and I've just gone at the top and I'm softening some edges. You will see me go back and define these edges, but honestly, this is like a back and forth process. You're going to notice a lot of motions being repeated. Now I'm just highlighting. The whole point of this is to make the darker areas look raised, to give it a more realistic effect. So I'm just highlighting and then blending. And this entire look literally is highlighting and blending. Now I'm just going back and defining up top. I'm using my angled liner and I'm going to start working on this crown piece here. You notice that still got the bone color to it, but everything else is starting to turn to that magic shade of gray. I don't know what I'm saying right here, honestly. I did a lot of talking in between, even though I knew that I was going to be doing a voiceover. So, you know, I was pretty delirious at this point. So again, just doing a little bit more highlighting. By giving it a curved appearance, it's going to make it look a little more devilish and sinister. So if you notice, each one of them has a curve to it, just to kind of emphasize the arched point of the eye socket. And blend, 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 blend some more. And again, more highlighting. And blending and highlighting and blending and TV watching. Now I'm just I've already jumped ahead and I filled in this side for you guys, and I'm gonna just kind of try and define. Think of contouring, highlighting, following those lines. I'm just cutting in between the black line that I have over there, and then same thing over here, detailing and getting more of that definition going in. Now I'm filling in here and trying to mimic the other side. It doesn't have to be symmetrical because we all know that our skulls are not symmetrical. So, you know, just kind of play with it. This is a fantasy look after all. This is not an actuality. So I'm doing these lines here on my face just to kind of connect everything. You're gonna see me blend them down, but then kind of define them. It's weird. It's a buildup that I did with these lines. So just bear with me. But all of these products are exactly the same. The black is the black track, the white is either from the Fantasy Maker's palette or it's the feathered pencil that I'm using. And the base foundation color is the It Cosmetics CC Cream and Bye Bye Under Eye mixed together. No, I'm sorry. The LA Girl Pro Concealer and the Bye Bye Under Eye mixed together. So I'm just doing a little bit more highlighting and now finally filling in that last bit of flesh that was left in the center of my face. Kind of have a raised point between my eyes. Now here you see me making these funny faces. That is just to kind of give some dimension and definition to the middle of my forehead, kind of give me some emphasis lines and make it look a little bit more crazy, but just scrunching up my face to kind of do that. What you're gonna do when you scrunch the face is you really want to use a lighter shade for those raised areas, and then take a defined brush and kind of just go in between with darker shades, and again contour highlight, so bring those areas forward and make the other areas sit back. And now it is teeth time. So I'm just creating the lines, using the lines in my lips and working my way from there. So I'm just taking a little bit of Bye Bye under eye that I used in the beginning, and I'm mixing it with a little bit of white to give me my teeth color. And I'm going to be building the color from here, but really making sure to get as defined as possible. Oops, sorry. You know, you're a little tired of sitting in that chair.
It's a little harder when you have fuller lips. And my lips aren't that full. So drag it down.
And the reason why I slowed this part of the video down is because I want you guys to see the detailing in this. It's usually the most time consuming. Don't judge me, guys. I'm delirious, clearly. But it's usually the most time consuming doing the teeth because you want them to be so perfect and you want the detail to be right. So that's why I've slowed it down so that you guys can see it.
So, the last black fill, and then this face is done. You can add more detail to it if you would like to. I'm just getting into this whole effects type thing, so forgive me. If you don't feel like the black is intense enough, you can always go back in with a black shadow. You can go back in with black track if you want to. It's all up to you. This is subjective. This is about what you see, how you want it to read across. This is all up to you. So have fun with it. Don't drive yourself crazy, as I want to do. Yeah, this is like pretty much the finished look. I'm going to set it with my Graftobian powder, so just pat it down a little bit. But you can definitely get away with this face here. If I was going out with this and not just washing it off, I would definitely go in with more detailing, definitely more shading and highlighting and contouring, and just perfecting this face. But since I'm not, I'm gonna stop here. I hope you guys enjoyed this skull face tutorial. If you liked it, thumbs up. And definitely tell a friend to tell a friend. Ow, I'm stuck in this crap. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. This is it. If you're wearing like a Grim Reaper costume, then you'll have the cloak, and that'll really help to intensify the look. But yeah, this is it. And then if you can get like the all black contact to completely black your eye out, that would be amazing, and that would take this look to the next level. But definitely hope you guys enjoyed this very long tutorial. I do apologize for that, but I look forward to seeing you in the mermaid video. Bye guys. Oh, again, don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Like, subscribe, and let's grow this channel together. Bye, guys.